My name is Daniela Dută and I am a realtor with Comstock Realty here in Illinois. I'm originally from Romania and I got here 25 years ago together with my family. I'm happily married and I have 2 kids. I got married like 28 years ago and we have 2 kids. Actually, they are not kids anymore, you know, but they will be our kids. One is 25 years old, another one is 18 years old. So I'm doing real estate since I was 20 years old here in United States and back home in Romania. And I got my license since 2009 when was the crash, so when everybody got out of this business, I jumped right in. My first purchase in real estate. Okay, my first purchase in real estate was like how many years ago? Like 28 years ago. And was the apartment back home in my town in Romania. I used to work as a teller at the bank there. And I had the opportunity to borrow money as a mortgage. You know, Romania was a communist country and they didn't have those loans, you know, to buy a house. They just started at that time. And I was so lucky that I was there and I had all the information and I could apply, and also being a teller there, I had the benefit of getting a lower interest rate. Yeah, everybody was very happy when I bought my first home. It's true they were not, especially my parents, they were not so used to those monthly payments. You know, everyone was worried that, you know, the term was like 30 years, you know, and I had to pay monthly, and what's gonna happen if I'm not gonna have money to pay and stuff like this. But, you know, was a big opportunity for me, and everyone saw it like this as a big opportunity. Not everyone in the country, in that country at that time had this opportunity. So I started out with that apartment, and believe it or not, because of the inflation going on 30 years ago in my country, I paid off the entire loan in 2 years because of the inflation. So the loan amount in 2 or 3 years was like my salary for 1 month. Yeah. And of course, I bought lots after that. I divided the lots in many pieces, and I sold them by piece. Right now it's a big, huge subdivision in there, you know. I don't own any lot in there. My sister, she got a big, beautiful house there, so like this I know what's going on in that subdivision. I went from 1 apartment to 10 apartments and to 10 acres of lots in Romania back home. And I still have many lots in there. I don't know how many acres of lots, and I still have some of them. I didn't apply for visa right from lottery. I don't know if everyone knows about visa lottery, which is for foreign people in Europe and some other countries. My husband was the one which applied for it, but I was the winner, you know. So I didn't win any money, actually. I owned the right to come to United States as a legal immigrant, and I owned the right to work in United States. And after 5 years, I became a United States citizen. I came here when I was like 25 years old, yeah. My oldest son, he was 1 year old when we came here. And of course, we came here with like what, like $10,000 was a lot of money for a Romanian family, you know, young family like us. And I thought that I have a lot of money and I can survive for a year or 2 or 3. But guess what? In 2-3 months I didn't have anything because, of course, I didn't get the information. I didn't know anything. When we came here, we didn't have credit history, right? So we had to pay like 4 months in advance, plus the security deposit. At that time when we came in Boston, the rent, I remember, for 1 bedroom 25 years ago was like $800 per month. So we pay like 4,000 out of our 10,000 just for the rent, just to have a house, a roof above our head for us and for my son. And we need furniture, right? We didn't know that there are stores with cheaper furniture or stuff like this. We didn't know that you can find the furniture for some friends or somebody which doesn't need. Sometime they are taking the furniture outside of their house. But, you know, we didn't know and we bought furniture. Also, we had a friend there which helped us, you know, to get started here. But he has to go back to Romania, so we had just 2 days to get prepared, and we knew that we have our son. He was 1 year old, so we head up to Costco to buy stuff because we need food, we need milk, we need bread, we need everything. We didn't have any car. So we were so happy that this friend of us, he was available for us and he took us there. So we went there and we spent another 3,000. Okay, so the total of 7,000 was done like in about a week, something like this. Yeah, we start our job. Actually, first we had to take our son back home to Romania because here in Boston, the job which we found was paying us like $9 per hour, and the babysitter was costing like around $10 per hour. So we decided, it was a very, very, very crazy, hard decision to make, to take our son, which was 1 year old, back to Romania because we thought that, okay, we spent 7,000, we have just 3,000 left, you know, how we gonna work? We need to work to make some more money and to find better job and to do well so we can keep our son here and pay babysitter or pay the kindergarten or daycare for our son. But this was a crazy decision what we made because, you know, I came back, I got back, and it was very, very hard to live without him. So I got hired at Massachusetts Hospital in Boston, and I remember myself crying every day because I missed him a lot. And I remember Swissair having at that time big airplane accident where a lot of people, they died, like 300, something like this. Oh my gosh, I was devastated at that time. I was crying the entire week, thinking that I'm not gonna see my son, never. So I went, I think, to a depression at that time. So I decided to go back home and to find another way to come back here together with our son. Yeah, so we we left in October, and in May we got back. We had to United States. We had a friend which owned the Visa Lottery too, but they had a pretty good start in Chicago, and they told us just beautiful things about Chicago and the fact that the rent it's much cheaper than Boston, and you can find a lot of jobs more than in Boston, so we decided to come back together in Chicago. And we got back here, we rented an apartment, was like a 1-bedroom with $500 instead of $800, which was cheaper. And I also found a job as a bartender, so I used to work nighttime, my husband used to work daytime, so it was much better, for our schedule, so we could have stayed with our son instead of paying someone to stay with him. It took us like 3 years since we got to United States until we had our first apartment. We didn't feel so comfortable staying in rent. Okay, the rent was cheap, that's true. We had some mice inside the apartment, and we couldn't do anything like to paint the walls in the color we want. We had to take care of everything, to don't let our son play loud or run in the apartment because, there was some neighbors which they didn't like that, it's true. And we decided to try to buy our condo. We found a condo for $136,000. Was like a mile away from my job. Okay, and was nice. It was 3-bedroom condo with 1 bathroom, and they had a beautiful. I remember they had a beautiful backyard. Nobody was taking care of the backyard, and I asked the neighbors, because we've been like 4 in the building, if they will allow us to plant, because we were and we are fan of gardening, to eat healthy and stuff like this, to plant, the tomatoes and cucumbers and everything in our garden. Of course, they let us, because, we took care of the garden. And we started remodeling that unit. We were lucky that the unit had a basement under the unit. So we converted, and was our basement, our part of that part of the building belongs to us. So we could have converted the apartment in duplex. So we made another 1-bedroom and a bathroom there, plus our laundry, which was there. Yeah, so, we lived there for about 2.5 years. I remember that that area went up so much, was like #1 in the US as a growth at that time. So we sold that apartment, which we bought it with $136,000. We sold it 2.5 years later for $245,000. So we made, it's true, we invest like $20,000, but we made very good amount of money. We decided to move to suburb to offer our kids, because by that time we had David, our second son, to offer them, a better school and to have a bigger yard, and everything. So we bought a house in Downers Grove in 2004. Oh, I forgot to tell you that back there when we bought the apartment in 2001, the interest rate was around 7.5%. It's true, we were new here, but anyway, the interest rates, they were higher than they are right now. And when we bought later on our house, the interest rate was somewhere around 6.76, something like this. After that, after the apartment which we bought, because we saw that we can make money by flipping, right? So we bought buildings, we bought houses, me and my husband, which we flipped, and we made very good money. And also some of the homes which we bought, we kept it as a rental. Yeah, since we bought our first apartment here in United States, I think we bought and we transacted. We bought and sell like around 50 properties. We still keep some of them, right now as a rentals. We have a building, we have houses, and also another building which is used for our construction company. Me and my husband are grateful that we turned that small amount of 10,000 from Romania in a big portfolio here in United States.
What's the outcome?
I think our success in real estate on our investment was by seeing the opportunity and the beauty in those ugly properties. We bought them and we turned them around, in a beautiful one. And also the creativity. You have to be creative. Okay, yeah, you see a property, right? So you don't have enough money to buy that property, or you cannot take loan from the bank. You have to go above and beyond if you think that that's the right deal for you, to see maybe they are doing owner financing, like I did even for myself and for my clients. Okay, when I was in this situation, like when we bought the building, the building had violation, no bank will gonna finance us because of the violation, but we didn't have enough cash to buy the building, so we were creative. We were asking, the seller to see if he can do owner financing for 2 years. So we bought the building, we get rid of the violation, we did the work, and after that we refinanced the building and we paid out the seller. Yeah, so I know that there are many realtors out there, so right now you have a lot of options when it comes to realtors. Maybe we are more realtors on the market than the listings. But I think I'm different than anyone else around me because, I went through all of this. I went through the transactions. I am an investor, I am a landlord, I am a homeowner. And I am doing this, with passion. I didn't start real estate, I didn't take my license in real estate to make money out of it, to be like my job. First, I made money from real estate, and after that, I took the license. I want to empower all of the young generation, which right now they are like me 25 years ago, and think that they cannot do it. And because if I did it, they can do it too, regardless of their accent, education, mentality, and everything. So this first generation, I see myself 25 years ago like they are right now, and I am resonating with them.